Holy shit, people. Okay, this is I mean at the time of recording this is almost breaking. So, as you all know, the Trump campaign has made an effort to delegitimize the results of the election in large part by drumming up some sort of legal conspiracy that well the current claim because it's jumped around about 50 times is that Dominion voting booth system the vote counting Dominion is actually like a front for communist China and that votes were taken out of the country to make them Biden votes and that actually Trump won in a landslide, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of this information was disseminated in a press conference that I went over on stream just a couple of days ago. That was the one with Rudy Giuliani's entire face melting off. I'm sure some of you remember it. And one of the people at that press conference was none other than Sidney Powell, who's sort of like kind of like the matriarch of lunatic Trump should have won pseudo QAnon cult conspiracism, and she's out. Rudy Giuliani has announced that Sidney Powell is no longer a member of the Trump legal team. We have the campaign statement here. Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own. She is not a member of the Trump legal team. She is also not a lawyer for the president in his personal capacity. Wowza! This woman, don't let it be downplayed. This woman was one of the three main people representing this Trump legal case to the public. You know, they did that press conference for an hour. She was up there, right alongside Rudy Giuliani. And now they washed their hands. They washed their hands clean of her. And I have to wonder, because this is still developing, fucking why? Is it because she was like too crazy? Because she said some insane shit up there. It was honestly so incoherently delusional that I'm kind of blanking. But I think Sidney, of the three, certainly more so than Rudy Giuliani at least, came off the craziest. Where she was saying their goal was to like overturn the election and that Trump won, and their goal was to find that out. And it's funny because up there on the press conference, you know, you had the competing sort of frameworks where there was that one, oh god, who was that one blonde woman who was up there? I know I should know this. Who was the goddamn blonde lady who was up there with Sydney and with Rudy? Whatever the case may be, she was saying, I know I should know this. I know I ought to know this. If I had chat next to me right now, you guys would tell me, and I'd look really goofy, but now since I don't have chat, I'm not going to waste time Googling it because it's not important, but she made the claim that they weren't looking to overturn the election, only to count every ballot, make sure everything was nice and legal. But Sidney Powell was just saying, no, we're here to overturn the fucking election results, which means that even in this, man, even for the Trump administration, this is some incredibly, unfathomably disconnected shit. The whiplash, and this has been the whole Trump administration, the whiplash between people being members of a trusted inner circle and then them being thrown the fuck out the nanosecond it's prudent to do so, has been unbelievable. And people's reactions have been unbelievable, too. I mean, people are losing their mind in the responses to the tweet made from Jenna Ellis, who is, of course, Trump legal counsel, talking about Sidney Powell, who, I mean, was advertised heavily as in her role that remained the case up until just a couple of hours ago. Folks, what Donald Trump has done, what Donald Trump's legal team has done to delegitimize this election should be taken very seriously. The institutional strength of American democracy is not as great as many liberals pretend that it is. It could very well be that all it takes is a couple of biased judges or a couple of unfavorable rulings or even just the abstemiousness of, you know, of the liberal establishment for a coup to one day take place. But thankfully, the Trump administration are laughably, hilariously incompetent. And for that reason, it looks like we might be, I don't want to say we've dodged a bullet. It's more like they're fucking firing all over the place. And, you know, it's not so much we dodged, it's that they missed. And that's great. You know, looks like nobody's around to release the Kraken, so to speak, which is, I mean, that's phenomenal. And I'm happy about that. But man, really, really, really makes me wonder what might happen when one day our institutional, the institutions our democracy relies upon are challenged by a less hysterically incompetent political force. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys this, but it makes you look really fucking incompetent when your administration is a revolving door clown show and you massively hype up this challenge to the greatest threat to American democracy the country has ever seen, and then one of the people fronting it just gets canned silently. Makes you look really fucking makes you look, that's the medical term, stupid. Um and it's, honest to God, really fucking funny to watch. I hope we get some funny shit out of this too, because like step one is her getting dropped. She hasn't tweeted anything in the past 17 hours. And of course, the last thing she tweeted was about how China stole the election, whatever. Hashtag evidence matters, General Flynn. Yeah. So I really hope we get some like sick fallout out of this. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be hysterical? Like if she starts like spam tweeting about how she was sacked because there are insiders in the Trump administration of the deep state who are trying to prevent the truth from coming to light about the votes or something like that. I wouldn't put it past her. Lady's loony, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, Godspeed. Can't wait for the 20th of January. Gonna be great seeing the conservative meltdown when President-elect Joe Biden is sworn in to office. Being a little facetious here, of course. I don't like Biden. It's just going to be fun to watch them get mad about it. And isn't that what the spirit of Thanksgiving is all about?